Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Distinguished, and as you can see, I'm holding here a 2013 version of the Jordan 1 bread, and I just was curious about something. Okay, so this is gonna be a short video. Um, I was watching YouTube, and I had watched H Diddy Dollar. I know him. A long time ago. So I keep up with him because he just came back doing some videos, and he did one on the Shatter Backboard. So shout out to him. But something he had mentioned that made me start thinking about something, and he was talking about how the hype on sneakers today, a lot of people kind of take it out of context, like the Shatter Backboards. A lot of people don't want the Shatter Backboard because it doesn't have that Shatter Backboard leather material. I get it. Um, I get it, and I think this is one of the things I like about being a sneakerhead because whether you're a new age, a new sneakerhead, or old school OG sneakerhead, we all are sneakerheads. And I think this is what so good about being sneakerheads is because you can always break it down, tell your side of the story about how you feel about certain things. Now, obviously, the original Jordan ones came out 85. Okay, 1985, my best friend had the first pair of Jordan 1 breads. To me, that was like the hardest shoe that was out because, Adidas had their high 85s where Bird and Magic was wearing. But this was the only shoe back in the day that was actually a colored shoe named after an African American black man and was different. Okay. Also, it made you feel different because the shoe has started something that a lot of people wasn't for sure beforehand. You can get the Converse or Adidas, and you can style it with a pair of blue jeans or or some shorts. And at the time, our socks were high up until Jordan came out and he started pulling his down. But it changed a lot of things. Being an old school sneakerhead made you look at the sneaker totally different. See, now a lot of people getting it for the hype, but back in the day, I guess you could still consider it as the hype, but it wasn't all about the hype back then. It was all about you just wanted a pair because you liked the shoe and it was different. Uh, I'm not trying to mess up nobody's money as far as resale or anybody trying to do the collabs and all that. No, collabs are needed because we need a change. Change is always good. Some people might not like it, but we need them. But when it comes down to a level of liking shoes, the question I would have to ask today's generation of sneakerheads is why do you either like or why do you buy the shoes? What was the reason for you to buy the shoe? Let's take, for example, this one here. Why would you buy a pair of breads? Is it because the hype or is it because you like the shoe? Or if you're like me, it's the nostalgia of the whole thing. Because if you didn't have a chance to buy these at the time when you had the money and the job to do so, then you went and bought them. I'm gonna tell you something. Back in the day, I worked a paper route. I delivered newspaper just to get my first piston starter jacket. I also worked a paper route just to get my first pair of Jordans. That's my Jordan 2s. So when I hold a pair of shoes in my hand, I get the same feeling that I had gotten back in the late 80s when I see something new. It's the nostalgia. It's the fact that this was my shoe. It was different at the time, and I loved the sport the shoe. Now, like I said before, today's generation sneakerheads, they're different. Nothing against you guys. We need as many sneakerheads to keep this going for a long period of time. But like I said before, why did you or what is it that make you buy the shoes you want? Is the shatter backboard hype, or is the Shadow backboard something you wanted because you never had a chance to get it? Do you really care about the materials, or do you just care about what the shoe look like on foot? I myself, I'm gonna be like this. I've been around too long, and I'm gonna tell you the honest God truth. There are some shoes that I like because nostalgia, that I like because of the hype, and that I like because I just like them. Um, Pretty much every shoe I had bought, I wanted it because I wanted the shoe. I didn't try to go into the resale or the hype and all that, but unfortunately, that's just how things are today. It's no matter what you do, it's going to be almost considered as hype because that's just how it is. But when we was coming up, it wasn't before the hype. Actually it was for the credentials. I guess you can still call it hype, but it was for credentials because like to be at school, and some of y'all know where I'm coming from when I say this. Describe if you had a pair of Levi's 501s that had the different colors like yellow, red, blue, green. Yeah, Levi's had that going on. Or that Run DMC Adidas sweatshirt. You know what I'm saying? And you was wearing your shell toes with no laces in them. And if y'all don't believe how hard our fashion was back then, go to eBay, look up the Run DMC Adidas sweatshirt, and you'll see where I'm coming from. Because that was the hardest sweatshirt. And then they came out with the Olympics. But a lot of y'all understand where I'm coming from when you had the polo shirts and blue jeans, like black or red, and you sported these with them. And you up against the locker, and you like everybody see you standing out from the rest of them. That's what these were for us. You know, I seen a video where somebody had showed a guy with a tag out, um, and I had forgotten back then that was the end thing for us. I remember there was one kid that was walking down the street, and I said, "Hey, you know, you ain't supposed to wear them with the tags." But then I thought about what we did back then, so I was wrong for that. And I told him, you know what? I take that back because we used to do that with our Jordans. But when you grab a pair of new shoes, and I don't know if you're the type of person that love the smell of it, always looking it over with a fine tooth comb or magnifying glass. But when you get your shoes, are you getting them for the hype? Are you getting them for the love of the shoe? Or are you getting them for the nostalgia? Well, I'm telling you right now, every pair of shoes I get right now, if I decide to stop one day, I'm happy with what I got. But I'm gonna be honest with you. I love it because it was back then when I was coming up that the shoe meant something. It brings back memories every time I grab a pair of shoes. You know, white shoes. We used to hate wearing white shoes because we knew we'd get dirty up. We try to not let nobody step on our foot, but on our feet. But every time you up in a box and see a pair of fresh white shoes, whether they're Uptowns, and a lot of people don't know what Uptowns mean. Uptowns is Air Force Ones. But if you had a pair of those, you'll know where I'm coming from. One and done's, baby, one and done's. But I'm gonna get off of here. I done did this too long as it is now. But do me a favor, like I said before, if you new to my channel, you like what you hear, leave a comment below, like, subscribe, and hey, do me a favor. Like I said, I like to know how many old school, new school, what you think about what I had just discussed with you. What type of person, sneakerhead are you? That's what I want to know. Let me know what you think. Peace out, y'all.